lot. There's a lot of hard work that comes after it. And my job this evening is to simply share how we did it with Gilas in our basketball team. I know here at B. Brown you have your principles of cooperation, of trust, transparency, recognition. So do we in our basketball team. In Gilas, we have our principles of cooperation. Our principles of cooperation are embodied in our team model. For the next half an hour, let me share with you that Gilas team model. It's very simple. Our team model is built on trust, effort, accountability, motivation. These were our principles of cooperation. The first thing I did after I asked myself the question was I did a little history lesson. I had to figure out why, as crazy in basketball as we were, why we couldn't get to the world's biggest stage. And so a very brief history lesson showed me a couple of things. Number one, we hired great American coaches. Kilala niyo ba si Tim Cone, Norman Black, you know them? Yes, excellent coaches, very good close friends of mine, and I actually assisted under them. What did we find? The American style didn't work. Why? Because we didn't have the athletic ability of the Americans. So we went another route. We went the European style. We hired a coach by the name of Raiko Torovan, another excellent coach. He became a very good friend and I assisted under him as well. But still it didn't work. Why? Because we didn't have the size of the Europeans. We are, bar none, the shortest team in Asia. We don't have an experience playing international basketball because we're so insulated playing among ourselves in the PBA. We don't know how to play international basketball, the FIBA way. So we were the shortest, we were the least experienced, and thus we didn't have the skills to excel in international competition. So I figured the American style didn't work, European style didn't work. I figured we had to be innovative. And I know how big, how much you value innovation here in B. Brown. Little do you know that in Gilas, innovation played a very big role. We actually changed the game. We changed the game from the way the Americans played it. We changed the game from the way the Europeans played it. We created our own unique Filipino style of basketball. So mga boys, paano mag-basketball ang Pinoy? Paano ang Filipino style of basketball? Uso, fast break, ano style doon? Piso-piso. It's not scientific, but anong tawag doon? Yung larong kanto, larong kalye, anong tawag doon? Larong labas, street ball. We're looking for a term. Bara-bara basketball. Yes, we tried to be the scientific American style. We tried to be the precise European style. It didn't work. We had to go back to our bara-bara style of basketball. It spoke truly to who we were as Filipinos. It was very close to our identity. It was a system that when the other coaches took a look at us, they saw the way the Philippines played, they said, oh, the Philippines, they play with no system. Little did they know that's exactly how we wanted them to think. But there was a method to the madness. There was a coherence to that confusion. We played a different kind of basketball. We played a basketball nobody has ever seen before. But to do that, there were two imperatives, two non-negotiables. Number one, we had to execute, and number two, we had to be the best team possible. That's all I'm going to talk to you about this afternoon. Execution and teamwork. In the things that you do today here at B. Brown, how important is execution and teamwork? I submit, no matter how good your values are, no matter how great your vision, mission, and your planning is, without an ability to execute, all of those things go out the window. So in our team, we were the shortest, we didn't have the experience, we didn't have the skills. We were playing a different style of basketball. Still, two things were paramount: our ability to execute and our ability to play together as a team. And like I said, our team model, our principles of cooperation were trust, effort, accountability, motivation. So here we were, we put our team together, we started our practice, we trained hard. Finally, August 1, 2013 rolls around, FIBA Asia Championships begin right here in the Philippines, right there at the Mall of Asia. Who had a chance to watch the FIBA Champions in the Mall of Asia in 2013. Nakapanood ba kayo? Yeah, maski sa TV lang. Hindi. Sobra naman kayong trabaho. Overworked. So here we were. To get to the World Championships, we had to finish in the top 3 in Asia. And like I said, in the past 40 years, it hadn't been done before. We started the tournament with 2 nice wins. We lost our 3rd game, and then we swept through the 2nd round. We got to the quarterfinals. We killed our quarterfinal opponent. And so now we are in the semifinals. Eto na! Here we are in the Final 4. We are 1 win away from our dream, from our goal. If we win the Final 4 match, we enter the finals, sure 2nd place, sure ticket to the World Championships in Spain. Only one problem. Waiting for us in ambush was our arch rival, our nemesis. May Koreano ba dito? Wala. Mukhang Koreano. Waiting for us in the Final 4 was our arch rival, our nemesis, South Korea. And I don't know what happened when our Korean friends started coming to the Philippines. I think they mixed something with our water, because for the life of me, every Philippines-Korea match for sure talo ang Pilipinas. But one thing that people do not know was I built our team for Korea. I didn't build our team for China or Iran, the powerhouses in our territory. I built our team for Korea. Insight number 1 when facing competition. Dear leaders in the group, when you build your teams, when you put your teams together, who are you building it for? Are you building your teams to battle against the Koreas of your territory, of your industry, of your business? Or are you building your teams for the Irans or the Chinas in your line of work? I built our team for Korea. And so when the Korean game started, it was a very comfortable game for us. We knew exactly everything Korea wanted to do. We had a nice 8, 9, 10-point lead. Lahat ng gusto gawin ng Korea, meron tayong sagot. Even the way they called their plays, whatever it's called they did, we knew exactly what Korea wanted to do. So we were leading, very comfortable game, until, and you know what they say, the best laid plans of mice and men, something will always come up. And that something was early in the 2nd quarter. Our one quality big guy, Marcus David, kilala niyo si Marcus David? In the shortest team in Asia, we had only one quality big man, 6'11", Marcus David, our naturalized Filipino. He goes down with an injury, leaves the game, never comes back, early in the 2nd quarter. Here is the shortest team in Asia, losing its one quality big guy. For all intents and purposes, we shouldn't even be competitive anymore in this game. But our team, they don't know the meaning of quit. We keep fighting against the Koreans. We stay in the game until we get to the final 3 minutes. And it is at this point that I'm going to invite you into my world, the world of basketball coaches. What we do as coaches, we break down video. And I'm going to invite you to these faithful final 3 minutes of the Philippines-Korea match. Lights, please. So here we are. Nakikita nyo sa likod? Can you see? 75-73, we're only 2 points down against Korea with 3 minutes, 39 seconds left in the ballgame. We are right in this ballgame, we're right in this match. Until disaster number 2 strikes. Kilala nyo to? Sino to? Number 7. Jason Castro. Simply our best player in this ballgame. At this point, he already had 18 points. I mean, he was unstoppable. Korea couldn't do anything against him. So what did they do? They planted a nice little elbow to his mouth, split open his lower lip. We couldn't see his towel here. It's drenched with his blood. So he had to come out. So think about it for a minute. Here we are in the biggest game of our lives. And as we approach the final 3 minutes, the stretch run, we've lost our 2 best players. We've lost our best big guy, Marcus David, and we've lost our best scorer, Jason Castro. Think about your own little business units here at B. Brown. You're going after a huge number. You're about to complete an important endeavor, a nice project. What if in the stretch run, you lose your 2 top performers? What if you lose your 2 top people in the home stretch? Do you have the team around them to still get the job done? That's the question facing our national team. In the biggest game of our lives, in the last 3 minutes, we have lost our 2 best players. Did we have the team around them to still get the job done? That's what we're going to answer in this last 3 minutes.
We need some shooters now on the floor.
Just over 3 minutes remaining. Dalawa lang ang kailangan na habulin dito ng Gilas. Jimmy stopped on his tracks. Gave over back to Alaban. Face was bleeding for that leather.
I said that the 2 things that were very important for our game, the 2 things that were non-negotiable were execution and teamwork. But more than talking to you about execution, I'm going to show you execution. To do that, let me explain very briefly our offensive game plan. Our offensive game plan is very simple. Do not attack Korea's best defender. Duh, very simple, right? Korea's best defender is this guy, number 6. Nakikita niyo ba? Number 6. This is Korea's best defender. Ito talaga pag nagbantay ito, daig pa asawa ko. Wala kang kalusot-lusot. Gentlemen, I'm sure you know where I speak. Yes, amen? Amen. To the wives in the audience, do not be best defenders, please. So, Korea's best paki-translate na lang sa guest natin. Korea's best defender is guarding, narifo na share, our best 3-point shooter. That means we're not going to attack here. That means somebody else is going to make a play, just like this.
Eating for that leather. Jamie launches it.
I said the starting point of all great teamwork is trust. And I submit it is as well the starting point of all great leadership. And when I speak of trust, I have to begin with that guy whose face you see on the screen. Sino yan? Yes, Jimmy Alapag, of course. You see, well, I already had a nucleus of about 8 or 9 players on the team. The 10th player I picked was this guy, Jimmy Alapag. And a lot of people questioned that decision. Alam niyo naman sa Pilipinas, di ba, every person and his mother is a basketball genius. They think they know more than the coach. So they said, Coach, why are you picking Jimmy Alapag? And remember, this was 2013. We didn't see yet how good Jimmy was going to be in FIBA. But they questioned that decision. Bakit ka ako? We already had two very good point guards. We had L.A. Tenorio, who was the MVP of the Jones Cup, and we had Jason Castro. You saw earlier, Jason Castro was named the best guard in Asia. They're 2 very good, skilled point guards, but they have a little bit of a problem. They're vertically challenged. 5'9", 5'10". L.A. Tenorio says, Coach, 5'11 ako. Sabi ko, yeah, right. Pag magandang gising mo, 5'11 ka. But they're really 5'9", at best 5'10". And they're trying to chase all these guards of Asia who are 6'1", 6'2". We played Qatar. The starting point guard of Qatar is 6'6". And here are our Lilliputians trying to chase them all over the court. But to make matters worse, I picked for my 10th player, Jimmy Alapag, who is not only at 5'8", the shortest, the pinaka-unano of them all. Not only was he the shortest, but he was also the most thunders. Alam niyo ba yung thunders? Jimmy Alapag, when I chose him, was already 36 years old. So people said, Coach, what are you smoking? Not only did you choose the shortest player, you chose the oldest player when there's so many other players to choose from. Well, they don't know what I know about Jimmy. The reason Jimmy is on my team is because I trust him completely. I know in a tough situation, Jimmy is going to make the right decision. I know he's going to be my coach on the floor, my leader on the floor. And not only do I trust him, more importantly, his teammates trust him. They trusted him enough to name him team captain. And how are you not going to trust a guy like Jimmy? For a 10 o'clock practice, he's already in the gym at 8 o'clock, shooting his 1,000 3-point shots, running his laps, lifting his weights. And he is the oldest guy on the team. He is the team captain. In 2013, he's the only Gilas player who had an MVP. So, oldest guy, team captain, MVP. In other words, Jimmy Alapag had the most right to act like a diva. But not Jimmy. Oldest guy, team captain, only MVP, first to arrive in practice, last to leave. In other words, Jimmy Alapag is a person whose behavior, whose actions inspire trust from his teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, here at Ron.